The legumes I've mentioned are part of the large family, which includes both agriculturally important and environmentally important species. When we think of high protein plants, many of the plants that come to mind are in fact the legumes. Both in terms of their seed content and in terms of the content of their leaves. We're familiar with soybean, cowpea, common bean, all being high protein seeds. The pea, again, a high protein seeds. Also alfalfa, which is used as a forage for animals. It has very high protein leaves. That's why it's so nourishing for animals, such as cattle and horses. But beyond the uses for human nutrition, these plants are very important in many natural ecosystems throughout the world. We might think, for example, of this acacia growing up in the African plain, or we could think of this mesquite tree. Let me show you this one over here. And here, a broom plant, a shrub. These legume shrubs and trees often grow in relatively harsh environments where they provide nutrition for the soil that's around them. So, coming back to the developmental process, what we want to know is how is it that those incredibly diverse groups of plants are able to establish this association with rhizobium, and why don't other plants do it? So, I'd now like to tell you a little bit about the specificity. Beyond the specificity for the legume family, within that very diverse family, specific legume types, such as the soybean, are nodulated not by just any old bacterium, but only by certain restricted groups. So here we're looking at the soybean, and here I'm showing you two different species that are known to form symbiotic root nodules on soybean. Here we have the pea. It's a legume also, but its nodulating bacterium is a different one, Rhizobium leguminosarum. I'll have occasion to mention pea and Rhizobium leguminosarum in the second half of my introduction. Here we have a lotus plant called trefoil, and it's nodulated by a different genus, Mesorhizobium, species Loti, and the system that I study, which is the genus Medicago, which includes alfalfa, and which is nodulated by Cynorhizobium melliloti. This is the species you'll hear about in terms of the direct experiments that I describe through the rest of my talk, with the one comparison that I've mentioned earlier.